Good afternoon. Today is March 14th. Just doing a few requests of things throughout a few channels that I help in the rooms. Doing a few analysis. There's one we'll work on, but the rest will pretty be much forward testing of channels that we've created in my journaling. So far here on SPY, we've caught a nice trend channel down, support from 424 down to 415 with a point of control mid-channel breakout of this accumulation zone at 417. We're in the trend channel from 415 to 418. So we have to stay along this channel to create this uptrend. So now that we found this base, we'll create a channel to our target zone to the next level in this accumulation zone. So as long as you hold this line right here, this is your support trend line. This is your midline resistance to hit any tops along this way. So if this goes like this, you can drop right here. You can run up and retest this channel, fake out back to this support of this accumulation, and run up here and find back support along this channel. And that's your first set of trend line. So if we were going to do an ABC, this would be the first line. We'll take a reversal possibility drop here to here, which is the higher point of control from this breakout line. So we'll put this as the worst case scenario. And then we'll attempt for another double top, or at least a retracement to where this top of this channel goes, putting us at a higher high at this channel right here. So we'll add this price line here to the right to let us know that this is something we added. Now, that was your main channel right there. If I took the same channel and slid this across down here to this drop zone, we would account for the next levels of support, where this could stagger down in this shadow movement right here. This would allow us to know our possibility of our inverted cup and handle movement right there. So giving us those channels concurrently right there. So if we focus just on this section right here, bring up our candlestick and see where our focus lines are. I'm going to have to take this long position off. So that was your trajectory. But, you know, it's just a guess. And there's always going to be something that's going to, you know, change these trajectories because of certain resistance lines from previous pivots. You have catalysts, you have news, you have FOMO. So the easiest way to kind of not even look at it, because I don't really follow news too much. I just kind of look at candlesticks all day. Is to set your parameters. Oh yeah, there's scripts behind there too. That's what helps me verify a lot of my charts, is because I use the way I trade. I followed a certain style of scripts to find the parameters. Oh, snaps. So if I've created this play right here, so you kind of get a better idea of what this does. The lock button. So if you see, that's our setup, and with my indicator I can see my parameters of where things are supposed to be going, and you see how concurrent it runs with the chart, right, that I created. So knowing if it's right there, I have this ABC, that's supposed to be my trajectory. But if I have all that layered, it's such a mess, you guys won't be able to understand what's really going through my crazy head. So I focus always on the rules of three, as you notice here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Because if you look at this, if you guys ever took economics and studied bell curves, this is nothing but a bell curve, a movement. This is your channel. This is the upwards and downwards movement within this channel. Within the bell curve, you have your deviation up, your neutral movement, and your deviation down on this side, where you have this cross intersection here, and you have this cross intersection here. So that means you have your run-ups, your drops, your run-ups, your drops, and all timed vertically by studying the deviation, also known as the bell curve. It's kind of cool, the crack in the bell. I'll put that on Twitter for y'all to see right now. That's kind of cool. Okay, so if I was studying this, we have this level here. So I'll create the horizontal drop line, which is where you should find double bottoms, triple bottoms before the next run up. So this play will run up to March 15th, run up possibility on this date around the 16th. If it breaks through this price action line that goes from top here all the way down here. We're trying to break out of this line so we can gain the surplus movement in this accumulation distribution line. This accumulation distribution is a condition. A condition is nothing but a time length. This trade from where it starts to break out to here will take 1 day and 28 minutes. This 1 day and 28 minutes will run safely on this trend line at a 30-degree angle. which will be your stop loss line if it crosses it. Because when you cross this line over here, this is where your harmonic patterns come in, where you create your butterfly. You have to know the parameters of your drops, why your proper placement of your pivots, your horizontal, vertical lines, has to make sense. Because your vertical lines will time the market entries, the exits, the entries, the exits, the entries, the exits. The horizontal are just our tops, bottom, support, resistance. We're not there yet, right? But I showed you how we get there, right? Because if we can forecast this and look a little bit ahead and see a pattern and see a movement, you can set your parameters. So if you know that your target is to this level midline of this channel, if this falls below here, that means your upwards trend is no longer going to happen. It means you are going to retest for support at this lower trend line. So your green line up, your green trend line up here, and your red trend line right there. If I take out all these indicators, just focus on this small joint right here. Bring up our candlesticks. And this is how you can plan long, yet have the ability to create all your trajectories all in just one moment. So all you're really doing is just opening your chart, forward testing. Am I still doing good? You have all your parameters all the way to the range up here. So why worry? You have history. History likes to repeat itself. What goes up must come down, correct? So use all the information that was given to you. Because once your enemy on the way up, resistance, is your support, your friend on the way down. So this series, we'll call this the Spy Bell. I'll put this in my journal. 1 second. Okay, we'll save that and go through the next list. All right. We'll do the stocks and then run through the crypto. There's not much crypto we're looking at today. This is Apple. Let's see. I'll show you the long-term planning a few hours ahead, since we have no idea what we're doing. We got to scan multi-time frames. Find out where we're at, find our levels, find our drops, our supports. Find any information. As you can see, it's been a while since I looked at this, but from 174 to currently. And then we go down to our daily, see what additional information I can find. And right there, that's the information. I needed. Alright, so I need to bring out some previous targets. This red line right there. This blue line right here, because that's the channel we're going to focus on if it drops, because we failed to hold this. There's this line right there. All these lines here is because when I go down to the 1 minute or 30 seconds to play and scalp this or chart this for my friends, that's why there's all these lines. But for me, that's history. I know how to clean it up. I know how to use it when I need it. For me, this is my journaling. I'm just sharing you a journal. Alright. So this is my channels. Rules of 3. Focus on the 3 lines I'm currently in, or total of 3 channels, because you have to account for this drop, which is the point of control, which is also failure to hold this point of control line, which is your drop support line, breakout line, will bring you down to the fear zone. Fear zone because this area right here is where you find yourself in a full retracement. Right above your fear zone, you have your greed section, trying to reach to your breakout range. When you have your parameters, all you want to know is find what's your support trend line and what's your resistance top. That's what a triangle represents, for one. It's not just condition. The second thing that the triangle represents is the length of that trade. So you know from the entry to the tip of this triangle is how long this trade is going to take. That's the cycle of this trade. So if you have that information, you have your bottom, you have your top. All we gotta do is play Foursquare. So before this would even happen, if you drew this and knew your lines, your center points, you would have been able to stay ahead of this. I'm sorry, I was only able to give you the last 300 days of this. My bad. But if we just met, hello, how are you? So for the next 300 days, these are my price focus. If I break 146 and don't hold this channel at 135, this is your area of fear. If you were to bounce at this intersection right here, which is your midpoint line of this setup of your Foursquare, you have the ability to bounce up. But see, this is the real trappy area because of this trend range right here. Oh gosh. Because since you broke here at this intersection here, because of this waterfall signal right there, your first signal was this doji, which gave you this 3 candlestick pattern of reversal. secondary faucet drop to where you left yourself open for this drop, where you'll find support at this pitch. Failure to hold that was a stop loss, because that was your stop loss into this channel. Failure to believe in your trade would have brought you lower to this. So now that's your channel. If you had a volume profile sessions HDV PVR, you'd have your channel here. This would have been your stop loss line to your buy-in area range. You could easily use this long position if you were playing this long and just find out when you're going to enter every time you hit this line. So if you wanted to simplify it, where you just want to be a long-term swing trader, set yourself a long position then. That's it. And you buy it when it breaks out your line, you sell when it touches back that line. That's your sweet spot line. You can adjust your losses even if you wanted to. So this play, you take a 6% loss for a 35% gain. You repeat, recycle as long as you're staying in this trend. This red line here was your point of control, so this is your over-under line. So now you know that you can break this breakdown right here for percentages, knowing that from here to here, this drop, when it goes up, you're going to range for 7%. This lineup right here will be worth 15%. The top channel right here will be worth 16%. So whenever you're playing this, so say this is a 16% run up, this is worth, what did I say? Sorry, 15% here and almost 17% here. So that means this halfway point right here is only worth 8%, right? So if you're playing it semi-conservatively, safe, whatever, this would be a 8% stop loss to a 17% runner trade, broken down here now. So if I'm breaking a trade down, I'm focused on that box. But if I ever needed parameters and information, I just bring out my conditions for verification to find out what I need. Where's my safety? This is my safety net. This is my buy zone. Why was that buy zone right in the middle of this intersecting box? Right there. So I'm going to look for an entry right there. Because I failed to hold this point of control, now I'm looking for support. Failure to find support, I'm at a double bottom retrace here at a super fear zone to get full retrace down here. So failure to bounce here will bring you down here. But if you find some sort of energy, that bounce will bring you up to here. So you have to focus on your current channel to see the possibility of your breakout. Because when you cross channels, you have to know where they're going to intersect. Where is the end of their channel really going to be? So you can see if this bounce was there, and that can happen. Letting this be your connecting channel. So, is this what we're going to do? Guess you'll have to wait till the next video. We'll just save it. That's probably in 3 months, by the way. That'll be July 5th. This target right here that we're hoping for is going to happen by April 18th. Possibility. None of this, by the way, is financial advice. This is me just growing in my journey. And I'm just kind of sharing my ideas out loud. I'm just trying to say, everybody just put your time in and you can learn. You're the only person that can hold you back. You're the only person that stunts your growth. Excuses, all that, Once you push through that barrier and you really get there, man, it's so beautiful once you get it. Like, you can open a chart. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to open charts and have levels already pre-mandated for my next moves. This is something worked on. EMC updated this morning, where it took a drop after that run up. But if you notice, the run up here in this section right here was very, very, very quick from this section here. So you expect this run up to go over here to find your line of support to make that double bottom entry. So when you range and curl out of here, you have a possibility to do the same run up over here. You have to try to break out of your price action line right there. So that $24 range will be a major, major range. If we set a GAN fan over here, it'll give us our channels. I did this. You can see we're about to break out if I base it on that back one. That breakout is soon. That 16 to 20 range is very nice. Once you push through, you'll have a run up here. Once we bounce, retest, possible pullback around this range right here, around the $15. And then if you drop and hold the $13 range again, to the moon. That's how y'all say it, right? AMC strong all day. I'm just a cheerleader from the side because I still don't know stocks, but I can watch it for y'all. I haven't looked at Board 8. My buddy from here down locally asked me to look at this. I don't know much about it, so if you do, share your thoughts. We're just going to analyze what we got going on over here. So we can see what happens. As long as it stays, this candlestick within this channel, we're good. But if the next candlestick gets lower, we're testing this joint right here. There's the levels we're going to focus on. Support, breakout, point of control, first target. Resistance zone, probably your 618 line is going to be over here. If this was my target right here, for this top of this candlestick right here, channel, that's how I set the parameters of how I find my levels, giving me all my intra levels. So I have levels here, 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 accounted for. Over underline right there. So if you're going to play this, that's all you need to know. And then you have all those price that it has possibility to run into. When it does gain strength. And that strength price is going to be around this range right here. This range right here. That's where you're going to find your intersection to possibly touch this. By November 7, 2022, with proper health, you have a range of catching this if it remains in this channel from 306 to low 154, or best and worst 154 to 102 with a possible drop still entry at 172. Because with progression, you're going to always have higher low. So this pretty early on this, even though at its price, made a beautiful run up. You know, if you create another level up here, actually I'll use the wedge. Channel up there. This will be our sweet spot resistance, where we can ride and take sweet spots up here. Every curl here will be our waterfall drops, possibility to drop at every channel until this year. You're covered at every time frame for turnarounds, where you should expect major important dates. So those are dates of focus. Those are dates of focus. All of these are dates of focus. In a trade, see where you're going. Up to down to up to down to up to down to up to down to up. Did I say that too fast? If you were to go down to the support and up to this resistance, to back down to the support, to test this resistance, to possibly drop back to this again, to start off another fake out resistance, to drop, to possibly run up to this top of this can, to possibly find support at this, another resistance, double top. So we're going to go all the way back for a double bottom inverse cup, run up to this line for support, drop again, run up to the top of this, possible support drop, double top, run down along this, possible. Good. Run up all the way here. Once you hit this, break down. Boom. Start this run up to this wedge. Fall out again here. Continue up here. That's where we're going to end this. But that is nothing but what a trajectory will let you know. That if you go from here to here, that's pretty much your flow. So if I hid all this from you, and this is all I want to show, it's just a channel from point A to point B, right? But I showed you what you can do from nothing and how quick you can just figure something out and then sit back and watch it play out. I know a lot of y'all gonna hate me. That's alright. I'm here to teach people some crazy stuff. I have a lot of people who won't believe in my style. That's okay. I'm not here to please everybody. All I want to do is ride the wave, right? So, let's ride the wave. It's like music, isn't it? I created the drawing first, made the trajectory, then I created a path for you, and you see how it falls along with these intersecting points. Just to let you know, I could see it. I don't have to draw it, but I wanted to show you how it works when you fine-tune things. Thank you for this, by the way. Kai, you're my boy, Blue. I might not get through all this today, but because I kind of went more in depth than I wanted to on trades. But I'll continue this list that's over here sometime today. Today's my daughter's birthday, so she's almost going to be home. And, you know, daddy's girl, she gets all the time. That's why I do this when they're not home. So if this was the trajectory and that was our support, that means once we find this right here to a possible drop down here of this, we have a possible from here to this top to finish this trajectory to make this nice finish. It's a very nice runner. Wow, 7x. Like I said, there's not financial advice. I'm just doing my notes right in front of you. None of this is absolutely financial advice. I'm just creating art. This is like the Bob Ross of charts, right? I'd love for y'all to try. I'd love for y'all to join me in Discord. You know, look me up, EMC2ProPh3. Hashtag 6969. Because you know your boy's nice. And I'm just playful with it. And if y'all are commenting, I'm sorry I won't be able to see this. I'll look later. I'm not really tech savvy when it comes to all the video stuff, so I apologize for all that. There's the ringer. The kids are home. I'll continue the rest of this. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And check me out and finishing the rest of these videos. I appreciate y'all once again for all the support and for kicking it with me. Be good.